My name is Jim Griffin. I am the founder of Griffin Home Group here in the Tri-Cities. So, a little bit about myself. A long time ago, in a distance far, far away, I was working retail. I was actually raised by my mom and grandmother, and those two powerhouse women actually showed me what hard work and determination was able to create. And it also created an environment within inside myself that you can have excuses or results and you can't have both. So I became a person that just wanted to be able to go after and get the results. But way back in the day, before I was in real estate, I was in retail sales. And during my time in retail sales, I was working 60, 70 hours a week, hammering it out, doing everything I could to provide for myself and for my family. And I knew that one of the things that my grandmother had always instilled in me was that the most precious asset in life that we have is time, because we can't get any more, can't earn any more, can't buy it. And if I'm limited with the amount of time that I have, whether it be with my friends, my family, our kids, then I want to be able to maximize that time. So when I was a kid, I read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it talked about how to, growing up and instead of necessarily working a job, having a business and building a business. So that was always a dream of mine, and I was always attracted to real estate. And knowing that I wanted to build something and build something big, I just kind of felt trapped to the same thing that everybody else does, which is go to school, go get a job, punch in, punch out, so on and so forth. But then there was this determining moment back in about 19 years ago, where I sat there and thought, well, if I'm gonna work 60, 70, 80 hours a week for corporate America, why should I do that for myself and build something big with other people that have big dreams and aspirations? So I left my corporate job and went into real estate. And then it took a couple years for it to get going, because as soon as I got into real estate, the market kind of took a nosedive. It was the financial crisis of 2008. My first year in real estate, I sold one home. Thought it was going to be completely easy, and it proved itself to be quite difficult. But then in 2011, it was actually January 8th of 2011, I found that I was going to be a dad. And at that moment, I realized I've got to do something different. So I went from 0 home sales in 2011 to over 60, my first true full year in the business. And I realized really quick, that dream that I still had, that I held on to from when I was a kid, of building a big business and doing it with people that wanted to have the same, they wanted the same thing, or that they were big thinkers, that was still there, it was still alive. But I realized really quick that throughout the process of selling 60 homes, that I couldn't do it all myself. And one of my favorite quotes is that if you want to run fast, you run alone, but if you want to run far, you run together. So I started to build a team. And the word team, group gets used a lot in the real estate industry. You and I could start our own real